We know which side of the rally this tosser will be at on Saturday. This isn't a flex. He's a grifty McGrifter. Oh wait, this is just a page about a board privileged YouTube dude who complains. All right, punters, in case you missed it, last week I attended what's called the Midwinters Ball. This is a once-a-year gala fest where politicians, journalists, corporations and lobbyists all go to Parliament House and party together. They have a fun time. And I went to this event. And I made an Instagram reel about me attending that. And that Instagram reel garnered quite a lot of, let's say, criticism and hate, because there's two different categories of things there. So I thought I'd make this YouTube video to explain what I was trying to do. And then we'll look at the criticism and the hate and find out what, if anything, have I learnt from this experience. Let's bloody watch.
All right, punters. I've been thinking, and I think I've been too harsh on a lot of these politicians and corporations. And yeah, I think I've just discovered that they're all just regular people, just, doing their best.
So off the bat, I thought that this is clearly such an absurd thing for me to be saying. I've been too harsh on corporations and politicians. It's literally all I do is offer criticism to corporations and politicians for selling out to one another and not working for us and working for billionaire corporate bigwigs. So I thought that was absurd enough, but maybe my acting has improved a little bit and people are buying it at this point here. But this is where I think it takes the turn towards the hate.
And no, I'm going to respond to the punters in the comments calling me a sellout. What? Because I went to the Midwinters Ball because I was invited. Oh, like...
Okay, right. I thought that was such a silly picture. Like, look at me. I'm friggin' taking the piss. I don't know. This is not my usual pose. And this comment, I made this up. No one had said this at this point. Like, I posted on my stories that I was at the Midwinters Ball and I was showing in real time what it was like to be at one of these events to people on my stories. So I made up this story as if I imagined what someone would be thinking. This is where I think it kind of turns people into thinking, no, he's serious and he's defending himself from the haters. I'm on the side of the haters.
Is that why? It's because I was hanging out for a whole evening with Australia's richest and most powerful politicians and journalists? That's why you think I'm a sellout. Like,
I don't know. I thought it was so obvious. I thought it's like, what, you think I'm a sellout for hanging out with Australia's richest and most powerful people? Yes, that's the definition of a sellout. How? I mean, maybe people think I'm so hypocritical that I wouldn't see the absurdity of that sentence. We like to believe the worst about people and believe I'm an idiot and wouldn't understand that. That's fair.
Honestly, that has no bearing on my changed opinion. Hang on. Wait. Hey, g'day, Bridge. No, now's a great time. Yeah, no, I was just...
I honestly thought this was also very absurd, but maybe people don't know exactly who Bridget McKenzie is. She is a national senator, and we would wildly disagree on our gas policy. She is 110% for giving away our gas for free. That's for damn sure. I'm going to get her on the pod and maybe we'll have a chat about it. We are like opposed in a lot of our views if you're looking at what policies she would advocate for and the ones I would advocate for. So I thought that was absurd. Plus, I'm walking off in the middle of a recording. I also thought that this was very obvious. Why would I post a serious reel about, look at how good I am? I've got a politician on the phone and I'm just going to ditch the reel. And then I thought the cherry on top was, for this last section here, I can't play the audio because it will give me a copyright strike, so I'll sing it here. So it's like, as we go on, we remember all the times we had to get... It's like the year 6 vitamin C graduation song that's like really silly, and look at me, I'm schmoozing with all of these politicians getting selfies as if we're best friends. I thought, what's the cheesiest song I can think of that is clearly so absurd? And yes, I am very cozy with a lot of these politicians, getting photos with them, everyone's smiling, and everyone at this point is like, well, not everyone, a lot of people are thinking he has fully sold out. Look at him. And then I threw in some AI ones to just up the absurdity of like, look at how absurd this is. It's Albo and Modi and I believe that's the Japanese Prime Minister. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the AI has stuffed up the hands, which I just thought was really Hunter's politics. I don't know. I don't know. What I was trying to point out, in that room when I was there, I was at a table bought and paid for by a corporation, sitting with lobbyists for that corporation, sitting next to politicians who the corporation had paid money to sit next to. Yes, all the money for this event went to charity, which gives it some moral licensing, being like, well, if it goes to charity, like, that's okay. But the thing that I'm trying to comment on is this closeness of relationships between journalists, corporations, and politicians, the people that make the rules, the people that hold corporations and politicians to account. The closeness of these people getting together and partying and networking and chatting, those interpersonal relationships is the thing that can cloud the judgment and the systems we rely on to hold power to account. So the commentary was, look, I've gone to this event now, and now I'm going to go easy on them because guess what? They are really likable people. I met so many of them, and they're honestly great people doing their job. And if I was to be, this is the risk of what I'm doing. I guess I'm trying to show that I'm self-aware about it, I suppose, was the commentary. And that if I get special access to these politicians and these corporations and I can get money, let's say that sponsor was like, hey, we'll give you some money as well. I'd be like, oh, well, that corporation's not so bad. Or maybe I won't cover them as harshly because they gave me some money. It's these tentacles of power that shape the rules and the discourse and stop having some people being held accountable to other people. And events like this happen all the time in Parliament House. And that is the thing I have the biggest problem with, which is why I'm partly saddened to think that some people who follow me would think that this is legit and I am this stupid and I would sell out this easily. Because believe me, I do not have access to these people. Getting a selfie with someone is not the same as having access to these people. And I should clarify, the only way I got to this event is because someone bailed and someone I knew had connections with someone at the table who could get, who I was just filling a spot. So I got a call at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm in Newcastle. I drove they said, if you can get here by 7, I've got a ticket for you. So I jumped in the car with nothing but a borrowed suit and drove 5 hours to Canberra. I got there with 20 minutes to spare, suited up. That's why my hair's looking terrible. Now, I don't really know why you're here. Let's read some of the hate in the comments and get my response to it. Some of it's valid, some of it's not. So here we go. We know which side of the rally this tosser will be at on Saturday. I always respect a name calling of tosser. It's a fun word to say. Unfollowed. Disappointing to say the least. There you go. This isn't a flex. This was disappointing, to be honest. This one sums it up quite well, and I'll try and get into put emojis there, so I'll try and read it well. If you are being invited to these events, they don't see you as a threat. You are not a threat to the current system of governance. Well said. Yeah, so once again, not invited to this event. Somehow made my way into this event. And no, I am not a threat to this current system of governance. That's the problem. No individual is a threat to this current system of governance. We need to be able to look at the same issue with the system and come together and collectively call out that part of the broken system that we need to fix. We would probably agree on the fact that these events sort of happen and the fact that people get together like this is the problem. In a way, true comment, I guess. Love the claps. Great work. Oh, wait, this is just a page about a board privileged YouTube dude who complains. Eye roll. That's fair. Once again, Labour Rusties often call me a whinger, and my response is yes. You realize the system is broken, and the only way we can fix that system is if we all get together and reform that system. And the way you get awareness and get people to understand about what exactly is broken and leading to these bad outcomes is by having a big, fat whinge. This I can't fix on my own, but everybody, look at how broken this system is. That's called whinging. That's called politics. And I mean, look, Taylor Jade has taken the time to complain about a board privileged dude on YouTube who complains. Great, let's get involved in politics. Comments are whinge boxes. This is what it's for. And bots, obviously. So great, we're all getting involved. Love it. Punter Jade, I'm a little ashamed of you. You had the opportunity to speak for the Australian people, but yet you partied. Yeah, yes, I did. Weirdly enough, party, not the right setting to bring up a lot of different stuff, and the opportunity, let's take that selfie with myself and Albo. That was me being a bit sneaky. Albo is definitely not a fan of mine. I saw the reticence in his eyes. He was getting a photo with another group of people and they were taking a selfie, and I went along and, hey, I'll take the picture for you, just being a nice bloke. I'd do it for anyone, no matter what political party you're on. Take the picture. And then I was like, hey, can we get a quick selfie? Bang. And then Albo, out of there. I could have just walked up and be like, hey, why are you giving our gas away for free? He'd have been like, oh, mate, get out of here. But ASIO would be onto me. Anyway, I would be quite the persuasive lobbyist if I could change someone's mind in 10 words or less. I think this was a good one, a little mean. I think anyone outraged by punters needs to keep in mind he was desperately trying to be a travel vlogger at Razgram. That's my personal account. Before political content worked, check the page. Hey, why not? Give us a follow. I don't really post on that much. Just when I go on holiday. He just wants to be famous, not political. Oh, he just wants to be famous. That's a great, Aussie tall poppy, let's, I offer nothing of value. I'm just here to be famous. Trust me, if I want more money, I would be spruiking the Murdoch machine. That'd be great. I could get a spot on Sky News. This would be fantastic. This is a good one. You are indeed correct. He's a grifty McGrifter. Love it. Thank you for enlightening the audience. It explains many of his centrist views. It's a mask off moment. We should be grateful he's showing us who he is. Yep. Okay. I guess this is satire. Okay, they get it. But in classic privileged white man fashion, this take is painfully mediocre. Cool. Not your speed. We all have different levels of satire. Not saying I'm a comedic genius. But I'm learning. He would become one of them tomorrow if he could. And that's why the Australian public are the butt of the joke. Just if you're interested, would I become a politician tomorrow? No, I would not. Way too boring. I'm not sitting in question time for more than 10 minutes without getting itchy feet. No freaking way. So no, you couldn't pay me enough. Seems a great time to unfollow, so I've lost a few followers. That's cool. I don't get this post. You look like a sellout. Yes, I feel like people half got there. They're like, man, this guy looks like an absolute sellout. And so, in a way, I agree with a lot of the hate I'm getting. This is the hate I would duly deserve if I was 100% serious and as dumb as I look in the Instagram reel that I put out. This reaction, totally fair. This is how people sell out. It happens all the time. It's too real. So you know what, haters? I agree with you. Just not the mean things about me. I think they're a little mean. So I think in this camp, there are a group of punters who just didn't get it and were like, it's not that funny. I don't understand it. It wasn't that obvious. Fair criticism. I'll cop that. Then there's a group of followers that don't really engage with my stuff. I doubt if they followed me initially anyway, but saw the opportunity to just punch out and get their rage bait going on, calling out some privileged white man. Good on you. Have fun with it. Not my speed. I don't think it's that helpful, but hey, whatever. It's the internet. That's what it's for. So let's cut to the end here. What have I learned? And am I concerned about this level of backlash? On the whole, it's a good check. It makes me go, have I made a mistake? What can I improve? Clear up. Maybe in the caption, I put, this is a joke. This is satire. I don't know. Maybe that would help that part of the audience. But then the other part of me goes, is there a type of person reacting the same way to this? And is that person my audience? And is that person someone who actively follows me? Am I speaking to that person? For me, I go, the answer is no. I'm not speaking to that type of highly politically engaged and politically tribal person. They have their groups, they have their issues, they have their purity code grade of politics that they kind of hold to, and they will call out people online who don't fully align with them, because I think if they just took 1 second, they'd realize, we probably agree on 85% of stuff. So that type of person on the internet, I guess I'm just not going to pander to. I'm not going to placate them because they're not even my audience. I'm trying to make complex political ideas more simple to the everyday Aussie punter that generally doesn't care about politics and go, here's what I think are the big systemic problems and issues that we face, and here are some potential solutions for that problem. I feel a little bit misunderstood. Maybe that's my fault, can be more clear. So happy to cop blame there, but happy if the conversation is moving in the direction of holding power to account, holding journalists to account, and pointing out the cozy relationships between journalists, corporations, and politicians, and how events like the one I went to are severely problematic. And the one I went to is not the most problematic kind of event that goes on. I've done other YouTube videos on it where politicians like Albo, like Susan Lee, are literally selling cash for access to politicians because, like I've made YouTube videos before, the Labor Party and the Liberal Party, Anthony Albanese, Susan Lee, are literally selling cash for access to corporations to make policy. So any conversation in that direction is I'm happy for. And if people got to misunderstand what I'm saying and people got to get outraged to get their attention and whatever it is, I think it's movement in the right direction. Anyway, sorry about the self-indulgent wank fest that this was. Me justifying myself. Oh, boo-hoo. Everyone hates me on Instagram. Anyway, massive thanks to We the Punters over on Patreon. These are the punters are the reason why I can keep making videos like this. These punters actually get it, which is awesome to have them there. They're the reason I can make videos like this that I think are important and not just the videos that get the clicks. People hating on influencers, that'll probably get some clicks, maybe. If not, oh well, no one cares about me enough, and that's fine. Feel free to share this with the punter who might not know just how scammed we're getting. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, punts.